What's up, guys? It's been a long time. Maybe not that long. Month. A month to me is long. Over a month since I've recorded my last podcast. Technically speaking, it's been probably 2 or 3 weeks since I recorded a podcast that I haven't put out. It was technically an episode that I wanted to post on what I would, if I were president, basically. I wanted to speak my mind on that, on what changes I would make or what I would address for the world, or United States, in terms of United States. That's what I would focus on first, amongst many things I would have to focus on, because the president represents the world of other presidents too. Besides the point of that, I wanted to make an episode on that, and I tried it, and it was about 50 minutes of me trying to go over all my philosophies, everything that I've done for myself to take care of myself. I basically wanted to become the president that raises awareness on self-reflection, on things that actually can be done for individuals to take care of themselves. The guidance that's out there. I know the struggles all over the place. Everyone is dealing with their own issues. I understand that. And I have this right now, this mindful William side of me, the rationalizing one, the one that actually wants to philosophize on things, that actually the human William that wants to actually help people. But then I have this other side of me that wants to joke about this shit, not about people's misfortunes or people's bad mental health conditions, but I wanted to try to use comedy as a way to spread my message across. And I it's kind of like George Carlin. I'm really inspired by George Carlin. That's one of my favorite comedians growing up. I didn't even know much about stand-up comedians to begin with, but when I got into stand-up comedians, watching their shit, it kind of like, oh shit, there's so much more I need to understand. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian myself, but I was always scared to get in front of an audience and try to tell jokes and then bombing from that. I still want to do it, and I plan to, but it all takes action, of course, and considerations of what I'm doing beforehand of these other things. If I really want to be a comedian, I need to analyze the actions that I do and I don't take to be a comedian, if that makes sense. So to speak, I'm wearing my shirt. Do you want to see a dead pigeon? It's a comedy thing that I'm trying to work with here. It's a lot of work that I have to do, and it's all just me letting myself go and getting out of my way, so to speak, so I can go ahead and do that part. But in the meantime, here I am, the rationalization side of myself or whatever, for those of you who understand what I'm talking about. I am just allowing my moods or the behaviors or the different conditions of my brain that wants to do certain things. And right now, today, I'm recording an episode. Oh, fuck. So now that I'm on video, because I didn't know I wasn't recording this whole fucking time, I guess that was an introduction to what I'm trying to do today. Today is an episode on the confusion of COVID. I want to try my best to give you everything that I can so that you can do your own research upon my research and upon everyone else's research that I looked into. And I said, okay, I get it. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to fucking stress myself out trying to put this information out there anymore. I'm just doing one last, I'm going to do one last fucking recording of the podcast of, this pandemic that's going on that everyone seems to be confused by. I really am, I try my best to be respectful with what I say, but then when I go on the comedian side, there's no limits to what I'm doing there, because I am just trying to make people laugh. If I offend people, in that case, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you fucking hurt. I've been seeing a bunch of shit that I'm like, see, that's me probably being an asshole to them. but I'm not trying to be an asshole to anybody. If you hate me, if you don't like me, if you don't like my comedy, if it doesn't make you laugh, then the comedy isn't for you. I'm sorry. I'm not even reaching out to an audience. I'm just putting shit out there, and which is the corny thing. Uh, because I understand marketing enough to understand that if I actually want my podcast, so to speak, or my comedy to go out to an audience, I have to look for my audience. And what I understand is overall, I need to just create shit and put it out there. I don't give a fuck who loves it or doesn't love it. I mean, I care about who loves it, obviously. And I kind of care about who doesn't like it in terms of why they don't like it, just so I can understand why. But I mean, I don't care as in I'm not going to let that stop me from creating things. I'm not going to let people that hate my work stop me from creating what I enjoy. And for those that do love it, then, that's awesome. That's great. But I'm not going to cater to people who love my work who then want to attack me because they want me to keep doing this specific thing, or else they're going to not be a fan anymore. I don't care about stuff like that because I understand personally that humans that attach themselves to a specific William will become a fan of this particular William, and then they'll see this other side of the William, like, who the fuck is this guy? And then they're gonna like say, you need to stop doing that because this is bad, William. You shouldn't do that. But this other William, I love this William. And this is what I notice with human beings, including, I'm talking about my friends that I used to have that are no longer friends of mine, that don't understand me. They don't understand how this mind works, or the mind in general works. And I'm still learning myself. I'm not gonna say I know it all. I don't know shit about that. But in terms of the complexity that is the mind, but that is what I understand today is the complexity of the mind. Is that we're never gonna fully understand it because we're fucking stupid. That's as best I can say. Is that we're limited to certain perspectives, and we do what we can. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to this COVID confusion stuff here that I'm putting together for you guys, for those of you that can appreciate this. I encourage you to look this shit up yourself, dig it in, and look, if you don't believe in it or you don't like it, then I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it, but I'm doing what I can here. So the COVID confusion, right? It's been, 6 months now that the shit's been going down, and everybody's pissed off, and some people are not. And then it started with confusion as what the fuck's going on. And then we thought that, okay, this shit's going to end within a month. We'll be fine. I thought I was going to be able to get my job back and start working again. Fine. I could start kicking it back up with trying to do the appropriate things so that I can work, make a living for my family, and then continue to work towards doing all this shit that I'm doing now, so that I have the balance, even though it's going to be this constant fucking doing this, but it's at least I'm trying to do this instead of letting it go here and I'm fucking up. But now that I'm still furloughed, I don't know what's going on. My boss is, like, this is personal stuff, but, like, I don't know what's going on with my job. I don't know what's happening. I can go ahead and find out a job, but then I'm unemployed, and I don't know what to do because I'm making whatever I make on unemployment as of right now. I don't know what's happening with politics. I don't know what's happening with this and that, but I am just in a position of I need to take advantage of the time I have here to put out content, to take care of my kids and my family, my loved ones, whatever. I need to take advantage of my own self in terms of learning things so that I can maybe advance my education towards doing things that can actually I can actually make a living out of instead of doing what I was doing before. Not that I wouldn't do it now. If I had to, I would do it. But because I don't have to, I have the opportunity to actually take advantage of the time here to move around for the best I can. I can't open my own pizza shop or, not pizza shop, but I can't open my own school, my own martial arts school. I can't do any of that because of, there are laws, martial arts laws that I don't want to fuck over. I don't want to be this blue belt that wants to open up a school of my own fucking thing just because, I have my own belief that I have a passion for putting shit out there for people to learn about, and then and hopefully I can make a living out of it so I can continue to do that. But I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to figure this shit out here. So that's what I'm doing. This COVID confusion is we are in quarantine. I put a video out there, a series of videos, like 1 minute videos, that led up to like 7 minutes, 7 videos in total. That was basically saying that, look, man, take care of your fucking self, man. That's all you can do in this time, especially, is take care of yourself. All this politics shit, all this shit, getting on online, arguing, being on your phone all day, every day, arguing with people who are wearing masks or people who are not wearing masks or people who are going to support Trump and people who are not going to support Trump or or people who put out shit that goes against your ideologies and your beliefs, and you posting shit to go against their beliefs and their ideologies and whatever the fuck they're doing, it's nonsense, man. All this shit is nonsense. I specifically said that because I posted a couple podcasts that got the attention of some of my people on my friends list who were offended or affected by it, and they wanted to share their side, their counterpoint, which is fine. I don't mind anybody sharing a counterpoint, but just understand here that I'm not going to argue with anybody. And I realize that a lot of people were doing what they usually do. They tribed it all up. I went inside the echo chamber of politics, and I went on the. People were assuming that I was sharing a right-wing conspiracy theory post, so everyone started attacking. So this is right-wing Trump propaganda, blah, 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 blah. And then you got the non-binary shit, which I listened to a podcast with Joe Rogan with, I forget her name, Dr. Deborah. She's whatever. I'm not going to fucking go in my brain with that, but she is a neuroscientist on sex and gender and blah, blah, blah. And supposedly she is considered I forget the word. They came up with some word that goes against transgender people. So we're assuming that a doctor who's trying to actually provide some valuable insights she's actually helping. She's not against transgender people. She's not against anybody who wants to identify stuff, but she's just saying, don't fuck with science, basically. That's all she's trying to say. Stop saying that there are more than two genders. That's what she's just trying to say. There are a lot of people that are aware of this science, but they're scared to promote the science because it goes against political correctness. PC culture has fucking risen to the top at its peak, where it's getting some kind of control of power over others. There are people scared to fucking do shit now. There are scientists being affected by this, scared to fucking to even dig in it because their careers are on the line, literally on the line, with fucking companies firing them if you dare post anything that goes against PC culture. Holy fuck, what are we doing in our world today? I feel bad because I was a part of this shit in the beginning, and I'm glad I got out of it because I was brainwashing myself, so to speak. I already mentioned, I did multiple episodes on this where I was addicted to social media and it was making me a PC looking boy. I call that basically a person who was empathetic and trying to rationalize to the other people who were against LGBTQ or black people in general, or just things that like I stand for. I stand for black people. I stand for fucking LGBT rights, LGBTQ plus whatever rights. I stand for their rights, and I stand for anybody that is a minority, so to speak, because I am a minority myself. But I personally don't give a fuck about my minority in this. I don't care about it. I don't care that I'm a Hispanic. I don't care that I'm Puerto Rican. I don't care that I am a fucking whatever caramel complexion dude with a tattoo now, and my hair is going crazy blonde because I'm changing my hair color and my beard and my long hair in general because nobody likes long hair apparently. Now all of a sudden, now it's kind of weird. Look, man, there is a lot of shit that's going on in this world that we don't know shit about. And what's happening that I see is people are attaching themselves to certain beliefs, certain ideologies, echo chambers that they're putting themselves in, and they're not aware of it. And now we're fighting each other with our echo chambers. You got the left versus the left. You got people inside the left wing, the whole big ass echo chamber of the left wing ideology. And then that civilization is attacking each other because you got the LGBTQ coming at the fucking Black Lives Matter, and then you got Black Lives Matter coming at whatever. It's like everyone's coming at each other, and then you got them. Oh my God, it's a mess. It's a mess. And the power that's rising is these people that are enhancing, and it's because of social media. I think it's a virus that I see personally. I see myself ranting right now, so I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. I'm probably talking too much, too quickly. A lot of information that I just put in your brain, so I apologize. I'm trying to be mindful of that, the way I talk, because when I do that, I feel like I overwhelm the thinker here. So I'm slowing it down. But ultimately, I think a lot of people are going insane. I think a lot of people are overthinking, overwhelmed, and we're not looking at what we have already, the freedom that we have, the limited amount of freedom anyway, whatever you want to call it. First of all, we have a whole planet that we can learn to embrace, right? That allows us to live. Whatever created us, aliens, God, whatever, a fucking dead pigeon. It's an inside joke, but for dead pigeon comedy, whatever. But if you think, whatever you think created us, right? Let's go with that. Why did it create us? What was the purpose of creating us? You can think whatever you want. I can think whatever I want. I think it's a lab experiment. I think we are a lab experiment. Joe Rogan has his own theory that we were created from aliens the way we created different breeds of dogs. I like that theory. It's actually a good theory. Not that I'm not saying it's true. We don't know. It's a theory. But my theory is that we were put here to test out the nature of this planet with the nature of ourselves, of our minds, the way we function. My daughter and my cat is coming out. I was trying to take advantage of while they were sleeping, but everyone is going to wake up now, and I'm trying to do my best, so I'll have to edit this maybe, but anyway, bear with me. So my point is that we were put here to learn, to act, and grow. That's one of my philosophies, lag. If you can remember that, think about that. Think about it every day when you wake up and you do what you do. Think about all you do. What are you doing? I'm trying to keep my cat from fucking stepping on my recorder here. Now I'm like controlling my cat, multitasking here, and my daughter's across from me with her Pampers on. Anyway, so if you see some baby, I'm going to have to probably cut that off. I'm going to have to make edits. Anyway, think about why you're here. What is your purpose? I mentioned this many times. What is your purpose? What do you want to do in this life? What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Who are you? Like, you get deep into that shit. This is a world we can all share, but we use politics. We use the shit that we see on television, on our tablets, screens everywhere now. I'm trying to keep him away. Come on, stop it. He's like coming to me. He's so obsessive with me. God damn it. Stay here, buddy. All right. We have screens that are projecting images, tons of data available to us now. It's not the same like the 90s. The 90s, when I was a kid, we were limited to that data that we wanted to consume. I had Game Informer mags, and I had Nintendos, all the game consoles, and the what do you call it? I forget what you call it. Portable game consoles that I used, and then it was real life, and that's it. The cell phones that we had were limited. Minutes. We used to have to reinstall minutes. Cost $30 for 20 minutes or whatever the fuck. $30 for 60 minutes or whatever the fuck it was. Now technology evolved, and now we have this. I have a laptop, and I'm able to fucking record myself, and I have a handy recorder that I'm able to use a microphone so that you can hear a better quality. And I have a camera over there, a DSLR camera, that I can do whatever I want with it, take advantage of. And our phones have cameras. It's just, we have all this technology available to us that we can use it. We use this technology as tools to be productive, to come up with ways to progress in life. But the problem is we are infected, and this is my metaphor. It's called a virus. I'm going to call it a virus. We are infected by a virus from our screens. Our screens, I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about addiction to our screens, to our phone use. I'm talking about addiction to social media in general. think about, now I'm going to try to go back to the 90s or whatever, when televisions were a thing and people were saying, be careful what you see on TV, System of a Down. Many bands have done this. Watch what you watch on TV. I'm going to make a little example about that. When I was young, I wanted to be a famous director / movie maker / actor because I was always inspired to see what I saw on TV. Oh my God, I want to do the same thing. So I became this aspiring actor. Long story short, I said, fuck that. Like, I see what they're doing to these actors. I see the actors, how crazy they get because there's too much money and fame involved that people want, but they don't actually know that they don't want that. They don't want to be famous. They think they do because it's just there. It looks like it's cool. You get to be a mansion millionaire, yay, and you get to have all the freedom of doing whatever the fuck you want, yay. But guess what? You look at the lives like Heath Ledger, man. You look at the lives of these actors that actually suffered and fucking died from it, or like, dude, Chris Farley, all these actors, legends that have fucking done so much work, Robin Williams, who have done everything, and they died because of the stress that they dealt with. There's a lot of shit, man, that we lack perspective of because we're so looking at the positives. Oh my God, it's so positive. I want to live that lifestyle, and then we go look for it. Me, look at me. I live in a fucking basement. I'm sorry, I'm going back to my mom's basement. I don't live in a basement. Technically, I live in a rented house in the ghetto. I have my annoying cat right here who's like he wants me to love him, and now he's biting me. I have what I have, right? And I'm blessed. I am grateful. I don't like using blessed, but I'm grateful ultimately with what I have. I have 3 children that I love, that I take care of. I have a wife that I am always grateful for, no matter what. And there are things that I'm learning about impermanence, in terms of anyone dying here, in terms of me dying, in terms of, God forbid, anything happens, that all this can be taken away from me. Us can be taken away from us, my family. This house can, God forbid, burn the fuck down, and I lose everything, right? Anything can happen at any moment. The nukes that are fucking surrounded. There's a podcast called On the Brink that I listen to that fucking like, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? We got one president who's control over, it's more in depth, but it's not as easy as the president's gonna fucking just press a button and the nuke goes off. There's more in depth to that. But the president does have power over nukes that can fucking cause World War III and cause the end of all humanity. There are nukes on this planet all over the world, 3,000 plus nukes that are ready at any given fucking second of the day that can go off accidentally, whatever, based on fucking things that happen. Accidents do happen that can cause someone to fucking nuke someone else because they thought they were trying to nuke them, and whatever happened. There's a story that I forget what year, but there's a story of a hero who goes unnoticed because this is on the Brink podcast, by the way, you can check it out. There's a hero that, and I heard this before somewhere else too, a hero that he didn't nuke a country because there was an alarm going off and some crazy shit that went off because he was responsible to press that button to launch the nuke, but he didn't do it because he was like, wait, what's going on here? He's trying to figure out what the fuck. He was trying to think, I don't know if I should do this because it could be a flaw in the system, and blah, blah is intense. And then just look up the story. It's a crazy story that could have ended, it could have caused a World War III. It's insane. Look this shit up yourself. That shit like that, man. Or a fucking bear attack, or no, a bear was another reason for another nuke that could have launched. Dude, the things that I have in mind with nukes going off at any second of the day, like right now as I'm recording, as a nuke can just go off and kill all of us, and that's it. No, none of this shit's gonna be put out. Like, no point of this. But once I release it out on streaming on the internet, who knows? Unless an EMP hits, and it doesn't matter anymore. Dude, there is so much possibilities that we can just be into some shitty ass civilization that, well, not shitty, I would say. After reading that book, Tribe, it made me think that, maybe that's what we need. I don't want it as much as I don't want to live on the street because we got nuked and shit, and now I'm like fucking trying to survive off of fucking bread and any kind of water I could find for my family. That's a fucking hard life. But what it does is, ironically, bring human beings closer to compassion and love and none of this fucking fighting bullshit. There is a lot going on that we don't understand, man. We don't understand ourselves, and then we go ahead and get on social media and think that we understand the whole fucking world, man. Like we put out facts, bro. I make fun of it now because all I see is facts, bro. Facts, bro. Facts. All this 100%, 100%, 100%. The emoji, 100%. It's like, what the fuck do we know? Facts, bro. Like I hate that shit now. Now I just make fun of it. But whatever. There was a lot of confusion going on, and there's too many people thinking they know shit, and we all need to humble ourselves and tell ourselves we don't know shit. I think we all need to admit that we don't know anything. Start there, and then learn some shit about yourself, and then you can move on and do what you got to do, I think. But who the fuck am I, William, that knows nothing, right? Rant over. I'm going to move on. All right. So I wrote a couple notes down of my examples for this. Maskers versus the anti-maskers. I did a podcast episode on that. I forgot what episode it was, but I did this already. So you got maskers versus the anti-maskers, right? And this keeps coming up because I keep seeing things that show me, wow, imagine a world, or imagine a thing where the maskers want to fight against the anti-maskers because they're all fucking delusional and crazy. I think people who are maskers are just trying their best to be safe, and I get it. I understand it. I am respectful to people like my mom and a couple friends of mine who can be affected by this coronavirus shit, and I see it. And me myself, I could be affected by it. I could die from it. I don't know. I could have lung issues that I'm not aware of that could fuck me up. I don't know. I do my best to take care of myself. And then if I got coronavirus and I got affected, who knows what's going to happen, right? But my thing is the maskers are now creating this thing, I think, that the government are like, I feel like the government is looking at this like a perfect opportunity to get more control out of us. And this is why I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. We got to be careful what we're doing here, guys. Like, wear your mask in the stores, in the enclosed spaces. Or you can limit us from doing our jiu-jitsu and our Muay Thai and whatever the fuck we're trying to do to make a living, or to make a light, to be productive with ourselves so we don't go crazy. But do not, for the sake of whatever, force us to wear a mask in public. What are we doing when we do that? First of all, my wife deals with this shit firsthand because she has to work and she has to fucking wear the mask all the time. Mind you, she comes home all the time fucking out of whack. She comes home noticeably like she's about to fucking faint. And she has fainted a couple times, and it drives me crazy. And I'm not going to say shit what she does because she takes care of herself, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. Takes care of fucking self. And people want to go ahead and, you need to wear a mask. You need to fucking wear a mask. Meanwhile, they don't know that my wife is one of the many people who are dealing with this lack of oxygen that you're fucking your body up. There's a video on this. If you want to check the shit out yourself, there's a video on this, a 53-minute documentary. If you have the what do you call it? What is the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for, but if you have the patience, if you have the attention span to watch it, there's a 53-minute video from Shawn Model on Instagram. I will provide that fucking video on this fucking on the link. I will put the link on the fucking podcast, goddammit. You'll see the link if you want to watch it. There's a 53-minute documentary that Shawn Model has put a lot of time in, to his own research, to reach out to other people, to experts that know what the fuck they're talking about, so that he can provide you with valuable knowledge that you can take care of your fucking self, so that you can understand not what's really going on, but what's going on for the most part that we understand today, and what we can do to take care of our fucking selves, ultimately. So go ahead, take care of that. Shawn Models, apparently he's got multiple followers. I don't know. I would love to get him on a podcast. I'm going to reach out to him if I can. But I know people are busy. Like Sam Harris is busy as fuck. There's another guy named Awaken with JP Sears. He's a comedian. I want to reach out to him to get him on here too. I want to get I can't get Joe Rogan on here because he's too big. But I want to get anybody I can that that I listen to that makes sense. And I'm like, let me get him on a podcast and have a conversation with him. Even though I'm a fucking awkward dude still, I'm still working on it. I'm working on the kinks and getting better at doing this shit. But ultimately, these are people that I value because they're doing their part. They're doing their part to speak up. They're doing their part that people don't like, but they're doing their part. Like, ironically, they're doing something that works for us. For me personally, it makes sense what he's putting out. Shawn Motto, look him up. He also has a 4-minute clip that he recently released. I'll put that on there too. And the 4-minute clip is easier to consume for you, the people that can't watch a 53-minute video about the facts of mask wearing, by the way. And it gives you perspective overall. It's not telling you, here's the reason why the 53-minute is the video of why you shouldn't wear a mask. It's not that. It's giving you fucking everything. What I'm trying to say. Shawn Motto has put it together perfectly. I appreciate him doing this, and I'm nobody to the world because I only have a limited amount of followers, whatever, because I'm not doing the work that I'm pretty sure Shawn Motto has done to get the credentials that he has, so that he has 1 million followers. Excuse me, that whatever how many followers he has, vice versa with Joe Rogan and Sam Harris and JP Sears and all these other guys are doing great work out there. But ultimately, man, look up this shit and. I don't want to say this because everyone says this now on the right and the left. Educate yourself. Now it's so fucking crazy that you got the left side and the right side. They're both saying science is real. Yeah, science is real for sure. You need to look up the science that actually people from our side actually look up themselves. Well, you're not looking at the science. It's actually factual. Blah, blah, blah. It's like everyone wants to fucking side with whatever side. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Science is science. Science is either true or science is either flawed. Look it up. Do it yourself. Hypothesize on things and feel and understand shit yourself. That's what you can do. Be the science of your own fucking shit. That's what I always try to do. My own philosophy. My own philosophy is be your own fucking scientist. Try that. It may work for you. Anyway. Great fucking documentary from him. I appreciate him. And I appreciate Awaken with JP, a comedian that I just followed recently. He's doing work that I wanted to do, technically. So now I'm trying to switch gears with Dead Pigeon. I'm trying to do something else. But it's funny that he's doing it. He's been doing it for years, and I didn't know he was doing this. But he was originally what it seemed like holistic life. I don't know what he was going to do. But it seemed like he was being this life coach or this psychologist. I don't know what he is. I don't know his credentials, but I know he seemed to be like spiritual, and he seemed to actually give valuable advice. He actually gave me some pointers about my anger that I like dug into more, and it made sense. And I was like, I'll play with this idea about this anger, and it's because of fear and fear of control, of lack of control, and also I forget the other one. There was another word I'm missing, but anyway. Shame. Was another thing. So anyway, besides the point. Great guy, Awaken with JP. He's also against this mask movement that's going on, making it mandatory to wear it in public. I'm not talking about going to stores. It's fine. I'm not against that. Wear the fucking thing because it's temporary. You're wearing it in the store. You're practicing social distancing, whatever the fuck you want to do to prevent the COVID-19. I get that because it's in closed space. I get it. But I'm not going to get into details of the irony behind all that because you go to the supermarket, what do? You put your hands all over the fucking place. Dude, the irony, the fucking, what is the word I'm looking for? The flawed system that we're fucking thinking we're controlling. But I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to move on from that shit because we're hilarious as a species. We think we're really going to prevent bacteria from going in our mouths and our nose from face mask and shit. We think, yeah, it's great. Do it. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Or you think that you're preventing your virus from going to other people. Look, whatever flows your boat. That's all I'm saying. But when we get to an extreme where you want to attack other people for not wearing a fucking mask in public, I'm not talking about in the stores. I'm talking about people in public. This is where the shit is getting fucking real for me personally, because you're affecting me now. If I got someone knocking on my fucking window, this didn't happen, but this is a true story. I guess I'm missing the true story because I was going to make up something. But this is a true story. I'm not going to say any names. Whatever. Someone cursed out someone else for other people not wearing a mask. Mind you, the other person was wearing a mask. They both were wearing masks. There's 3 people involved. All 3 of them were wearing a mask. But the one bitch wanted to fucking bitch about everybody and nobody's wearing masks, blah, 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 my health, blah, 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 blah. And then she started coming at the 2 other people who were wearing masks and started saying, they need to do something, you need to do something, blah, blah, blah. There were people going fucking crazy. There are people with mental health issues that are not taken care of because they don't know how to self-reflect, and I don't want to get too ranty on this, but they want to fucking curse everybody else out. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Get in your fucking house and shut the fuck up. For real. Fuck your health. If you want to fucking get all crazy and try to talk shit about other people and affect their fucking their mental health. That's what I'm talking. I'm not saying fuck your health. I hope you die. Like, I'm not saying none of that shit. I'm just saying fuck you for saying fuck you to the other person that did nothing to you. They're wearing a mask. Mind your business. Go somewhere. The fuck out of here. What are we doing? And then it's going to turn into this whole shit that people are going to start coming at me now when I'm walking with my daughter. You're not wearing a mask. And you're not making your 2-year-old daughter wearing a mask either. You can fuck off. How about that? I'm going to say seriously, I'm going to say fuck off to anybody who tells me to wear a mask in public. I don't mind wearing a mask in the fucking stores, but you're not going to make me wear a fucking mask in public when I'm not anywhere near you, bitch. I'm nowhere near anybody. I'm minding my own fucking business. You want to come at me and look at me weird because I'm not wearing a mask because you want to be a fucking puppet. Great. Go be a puppet. Go do that. Do your thing. Be scared. Be very afraid of the coronavirus. It's going to kill you because you can go ahead and do that. But don't you dare try to come at me because I'm fucking just doing what I'm doing, trying to be this law-abiding citizen that I am, and trying to mind my own fucking business and doing everything that works for me, taking care of my own damn self, making sure I'm not fucking going crazy in this fucking this place. United States is going fucking insane, all right? If you don't see that shit, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I really don't. If you don't see Portland going under fire because of the funding shit and whatever, everywhere else, New York City, LA, Joe Rogan moving from LA to Texas now because he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in LA. There is a lot of shit going on. People are buying guns. People are going crazy. Everyone wants to fucking burr. Like, I like perspective overall, and I don't want to scare anybody. I'm going to settle down. I think I'm getting too intense. I get too intense sometimes. I apologize for that. But ultimately, we are becoming so emotional as a society that we're not thinking critically about our own actions, so to speak. We're not rationalizing what we're doing. I'm going to get deep with this in terms of consciousness, so bear with me if you don't understand this. I'm sorry, but I just want to speak my mind here. I'm not controlling these words that comes out of my mouth, right? I'm not controlling the way I speak with the voice that comes out of my mouth. I'm aware of it, that it comes out this way, but I'm not controlling it. Consciousness does what it does, allows me to consume data, and then I feedback with my voice, my vocals in English, the patterns that we chose to communicate so that you can fucking hear me as the listener / viewer. You're going to, perceive all this shit, information, and then you're going to calculate it with consciousness. Consciousness is going to reflect on that, blah, blah, blah. Your brain is doing everything. Then boom, computer. It's like we're computers. I don't want to get too crazy with this, but we're like computers. We're really like computers. We are programming ourselves with the data that we collect, and then our programming receive the data, functions off of that data, and then we're responding with it. That's what we're doing. Secret, folks. It's a secret. Oh my God. Like, come on. You think about this shit. It sounds crazy. Whatever you want to believe. I don't care. I just evaluate what consciousness has done. Thankful for Sam Harris for putting out his meditation app. That's all about mindfulness. And, it's just crazy what you discover, man. And, I don't want to woo-woo it up, so I'm just letting it go. But ultimately, these thoughts of mine are all fucking programmed and based on what my eyes and my ears and everything what consciousness can do have collected, and now I'm returning that back. That's all I'm doing. Like, all this whole William Knows Nothing shit, it was all based on all the podcasts episodes that I listened to from Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, fucking even UFC with I forget their names, but the 2 guys that do the UFC podcast. Man, all the podcasts I listened to, There's so many of them that I listen to throughout my many hours of work within the last 2 years. All the hours I spent working, 10 hours a day working, I would spend hours and hours upon hours listening to podcasts, listening to many people speak. And that led me here today where I'm training Muay Thai. I'm trying to fucking take care of myself, my mental health, my physical health. I'm understanding what consciousness is. I'm trying to take care of everything. Now I'm trying to get out of my way so I can do my comedy finally. I'm doing things to take care of myself, man, because this is what life is about. This is why we exist, in my opinion. My purpose is to evaluate life, appreciate, keep myself together, maintain order within the information that I've gathered to take care of my overall physical health and my mental health, because I got a lot of shit to take care of in my mind that's going on. And it's not even me doing it, so to speak, if that makes any sense. It's consciousness doing it. I'm telling myself, don't get on social media when I get off of social media for 4 days so I can focus on what I want to focus on every day for 4 days. And then I allow myself to get back on social media, and then my brain goes right back into hyperdrive with worrying about this shit of why I'm putting this fucking episode out again. Because I see shit, I'm like, God damn it. It's like, I want to give up on doing this because I'm tired of repeating myself. And it is like, it's going nowhere, I feel like. I feel like people don't listen, don't give a fuck. So then I feel like I am fucking up my mental health because I'm repeating myself over and over and over again, and it's not working. So what am I doing? I need to find another strategy. I need to find another way, another option, another thing. Comedy. I'm trying to do that now. I'm focusing on something else. I want to keep doing Williams Know Nothing podcast because I've gotten this far to do 46, technically 40 something, maybe 50 episodes. I deleted like 4 of them, or I never put them out there because some of them were a little too personal. Some of them were a little too negative, and I don't like to be negative all the time. I try to balance it, and I think the podcast those episodes shifted too much on the negative side, and I said, nah, I don't want people to be scared or offended. Not even just offended. I don't want people to be negative. I don't want to be negative, if that makes sense. But I want them to understand that negativity needs to be there too, though. There needs to be some amount of negativity so you can understand why that exists. Man, I'm going crazy with this. I'm like trying to juggle here. Okay, so I told you all that I told you with Shawn Model, an Instagrammer you can check out. He has a YouTube channel. Check all that shit out. I want to try to get him on a podcast, see what happens. Same thing with Awaken with JP, comedian dude, who seems to have the same fucking philosophies that I value. Anyway, there's this episode if you want to check out. So, what the fuck? That shit scared the shit out of me, dude. I got flies flying around here, by the way. Fuck, man, it annoyed me. Disgusting. I bought like this thing, like this jar of like this nasty ass. It smelled fucking like shit inside of it when I put water in it, and it collected all these flies, and there was maggots in it. This fucking disgusting as fuck. I should like record it one, but it's all like now it's done because now they all died and now it's like nothing there. And okay, anyway, I don't know why I said that. Just talking about these flies, they're annoying. Sam Harris, episode 214 with so forgive me for saying his name wrong. Sam Harris, episode 214 with Siddhartha Mukherjee. I'm sorry I fucked that name up, but it's a really hard name to pronounce. But it's episode 214, Sam Harris. Check it out. Is a counterpoint. It's not. I don't know if it's a counterpoint, but it's more of a. It's from I forget what he is, the guy, but he's actually given his side, right? So everyone has a side of wear the mask. So I'm not trying to be biased here with what I'm saying, because Shawn Model and Awaken JP are saying, look, we don't have to wear a mask in public, guys. We shouldn't have to do that. Let's not get too far. But, wear a mask to be safe, do all that. But let's not let these motherfuckers control us too much. Let's not give our government too much power. That's ultimately what they're trying to say. Siddhartha Mukherjee, whatever his name is an episode by Sam Harris. And I'm going to read a little bit of what they go over so that you can look that up yourself if you are interested in it. Again, I don't like to be biased. I really try to do everything with on both sides. like the way I respect LGBTQ and everything else, Black Lives Matter, but there's a fucking limit, people, with the power you're trying to get here. We're going crazy with the power control. We're like, we want more power, and it's the irony of it. Like, when you get that power, what are you doing with it? What do you need that power for? You have the power for you. I'm gonna stop running. Stop doing that. Anyway, I'll read. Okay. Sam Harris speaks with Siddhartha Mukherjee about ongoing failure to adequately respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. They discuss the following: the significance of asymptomatic spread, the lack of Chinese cooperation, the failures of testing, travel restrictions, the missteps of FDA and the CDC, controversy around masks, the lack of coordination among states, conspiracy thinking about mortality statistics, the political contamination of public health information, electronic medical records, preparing for the next pandemic, the immunology of COVID-19, the long-term consequences of the disease, concerns about a vaccine, the coming prospect of school openings, and other topics. I definitely recommend checking this episode if you are a concerned citizen and you want to understand all that I just said, basically. Look at both sides. Look at this side. Look at this side of what they're saying. And then also look at what Shawn Model put out. Because I think they both have different paralleled perspectives. They're not the same, but they're parallel to each other. But they both support what I think we all should understand, and that is the benefit of ourselves, to take care of ourselves. The information, the confusion, I think it should clear any confusion, I think, ultimately. From Shawn Model, his what he put that in that documentary, I hope that and what Sam Harris put, those two episodes put together, should clear any confusion you have. I really hope, like, first of all, people that are maskers or anti-maskers are not going to listen to this. What's the irony of that? But I'm talking about the people that are on the fence, that are in between that you don't even know what the fuck. You're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't, like, whether you don't care or you do, but you don't even know what to do. If let's say you're a lost, confused person and you're just trying to go with the flow. I'm going to wear my mask anyway because I don't want to get yelled at. But I don't understand why people wear masks. Like, whatever you're feeling, go watch and listen to these two different things. It's perfect, I think. Not perfect. I'm going to get rid of that word. I hate the word perfect. It's good enough so that it can at least clear a lot of things up in your brain and you can move on with your life. But sadly enough, I'm not popular. not that I want popularity, but sadly enough, none of this shit is going to go in the ears of many that it can help. And humans are going to human overall, man. And it sucks. It really does. Joe Rogan put out a lot of guests too that it shows that he's in between both. He's testing all his guests that go on the show. He's doing what he can to protect himself and his family against COVID, but he also has this thing where he doesn't like the mandating of mask wearing in public either. He doesn't like that shit. He doesn't like to take sides. Ultimately, I love that about him. And it's a shame that a lot of people think he is a side taker. They think that he's a fucking right-wing person. They don't know that he's a left-wing person. He's a left-wing thinker. But he's just not with the bullshit with the PC crowd. He wants everyone to love, man. But it's like people lack perspective of him, and it's sad. I've been seeing a couple of my friends, Instagram friends, talk against him, tweets about him. Get rid of that word. I saw a couple tweets of people that I follow that I'm like, why do you hate Joe Rogan though? The fuck? What did he do to you for you to hate him? You hate Joe Rogan? Oh, he's against fucking feminists. He doesn't put any females on his show. He doesn't do this. He supports all these other motherfuckers. He brings all these right-wing conspiracy theory motherfuckers on his show. He brings the racists, the bigots. No. He doesn't do. He brings people he just wants to have a conversation with. Don't be mad that he wants to have a conversation on a platform that he runs. It's his platform. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his platform. He's a comedian. He says he's a dumbass all the time. He's a comedian. Don't take the shit he says seriously, but he's just trying to speak out and put out shit to help people. Yo, he is so fucking... We need to be grateful for people like Joe Rogan, people like Jocko Willink, people like David Goggins, people like Sam Harris, people like even Awaken with JP and Sean Model and all these people, man, that are out there fucking taking advantage of trying to raise their fucking voices so that people like us can fucking actually take care of ourselves, man. We don't need these fucking wannabe health professionals that are saying, stay in the fucking house, put your mask on, and don't do anything else. How are we depending on these motherfuckers, these political leaders that are lying to us, doing all the shit that they're doing? That's just, all they're doing is just, shut up, just get the money and take care of this so we can go ahead and run our pedophilia stuff going on in the background. And you go ahead and do that. And look, I have a lot of money, so make sure you do this, and I have money, bye-bye. Like, we need to pay attention to what country we live in. This is American soil we're talking about. We need to be grateful for what we have, first of all, and then reflect on it, how we got it. How do we live here? We were put on this planet in this specific American soil to take advantage of the opportunities that other people would fucking love to take advantage of outside of our country. But at the same time, in our country, it's a bunch of fucking retarded chaos that's going on. That's just, Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to also add here the Worldometer. Now, this is random. I ran to his website. I don't know if it's real or not. I think they're using JavaScript or some kind of coding to move the statistics up itself, but it's based on the statistics of the sources they have, that they're just automatically letting the thing run itself, like the deaths toll. There's a automatic system, run 1,000 people, I don't know, every second or some shit. I don't remember how fast it was going. Or the money. There's like all different types of statistics on this. You can check this out yourself. It's on everything. The coronavirus, smoking cigarettes, you name it. It's an interesting thing to check out. It's called a Worldometer. Excuse me, a Worldometer website. Google it. Since to find out information on anything that you can find, even the fucking recoveries that they have, people who have been affected by coronavirus and who have recovered. Over 16 million people have recovered, supposedly. And 800,000 people around the world have died. And it's just tragedy. That's sad as fuck. But you got to think about everything that I just talked about with the 50-minute documentary and what Sam Harris had a conversation with. Those two things will tell you why 800,000 people have died, so to speak. That makes any sense? Okay. Overall, I'll just share the summary of what I understand from both sides, or not both sides, but both parallel sides of Sam Harris and Shawn Model, what they put out. Shawn Model put out that our immunity is affected, right? There's a 4-minute clip that he mentions. I forget the fucking word, goddammit. But when something is in pain right now, I forget what that's called. There's a thing. I fucking forgot what it's called. The perfect timing for that. That goes on. There is something. God, let me just look it up because I don't want to look like a jackass trying to summarize something that I can't even fucking think. These fucking flies are annoying. You see that? That is weird. Let me look it up because I put this out and I'm pretty sure not a lot of people wanted to watch it. This is why are we susceptible to COVID-19? Thank you. Inflammatory. So when we are, when our bodies are inflamed with any kind of the problems that it has, we are affected by this thing. And you watch that video, by the way. It's on his page. Why are we susceptible to COVID-19? And it goes over that shit. But just like when we get injured, there's something going on there. You feel it, like it's inflamed because wear and tear and all that. Or we're not putting efficient nutrients or taking care of the joint muscle or whatever. I forget the not the joint muscle, but the whatever. Just I'm not gonna pretend I understand the fuck they said that I remember, but ultimately we have to take care of it, and you feel it, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta be careful. That's what I'm talking about. Now, when you're not taking care of your health because of everything, so many things that can happen. It runs in your family. You're affected by it. I'm not gonna go too deep into this. I'm trying to end this episode, but overall, man, just take care of your fucking health, your physical health and your mental health. Because if you don't, you're just gonna end up dead, or you're gonna end up affected with the virus that I mentioned earlier, and you're gonna continue to do what humans do, which is see and repeat. See and repeat. The other thing to add is that my wife tells me all the time about people she runs into that they've come to a realization that they had no lives before COVID. They were just working, working, working. It took them to realize that when they don't have a job to work all day, that there's a lot that they've been missing out on. And I already know that a lot of people who work too much or who just focus only on the money or whatever they're trying to focus on, because I know you got to take care of what you got to take care of. But when you don't focus on the self, dude, you are missing out on life. I'm going to end it with that. Value your life, value time. Peace, bitches.